Retired cop grandson killed in accident on East-West Highway. Increased use of race, royalty and religion rhetoric to stir discontent not healthy. Hello there, good evening. I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. A retired policeman and his grandson were killed after the Honda Accord car they were in skidded and collided with a lorry laden with cooking gas cylinders at kilometer 38.8 of the East-West Highway near the Banding Dam Fisheries Centre in Gerik, Perak at 12:30 a.m. this morning. Perak Traffic Enforcement and Investigations Chief Superintendent Zakaria Abdul Rahman in a statement said Ibrahim Osman, 58, whose address was the General Operations Force Ulu Kinta Camp, and Fahrin Haris Abdullah, 5, died at the scene due to serious head injuries. He said they were heading to Jali and that the accident happened at a sharp bend in rainy weather. Superintendent Zakaria added that the 46-year-old driver of the lorry was unhurt. The bodies of the victims were then sent to the Gerik hospital. The situation at the KL International Airport, which is beset with a systems breakdown, has improved with the airport less crowded and manageable queues at the check-in counters. This follows Malaysia Airport's measures to rectify the situation by replacing the network equipment after it identified network failure as the cause of the disruption. The system's disruption since Wednesday night affected key functions such as Wi-Fi connection, flight information display system, check-in counters and the baggage handling system. Malaysia Airport's Group Chief Executive Officer Raja Azmi Raja Nazuddin, in a statement released recently, said since the replacement of the network equipment, there had been progress in network stability. Meanwhile, a Malaysia Airport spokesman said that they were still monitoring the stability of the system following the replacement of the equipment. Media checks earlier this morning found the situation was under control and Malaysia Airport staff are still visible all around to assist passengers. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin has expressed concern over rising sentiments regarding race, religion and royalty, 3R, in the country recently. He said police data showed the number of incidents involving these three issues had doubled since the beginning of the year when compared to last year. Tan Sri Muhyiddin said, as the minister in charge, he would not tolerate anyone who provoked the people and breached the peace. He also said that he had instructed police to take all necessary action to preserve the peace and unity in the country. The minister added that Malaysia is a multiracial country with multiple religions and the contributions of all races to the progress of the country could not be forgotten and were part of history. He also called upon community leaders, heads of ethnic communities, religious group leaders, as well as non-governmental organizations to continue strengthening cooperation among the people to maintain peace and harmony in the country. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr Wan Azizah Wan Ismail says all agencies that are involved in disaster management should fine-tune early warning systems. Commenting further on the matter, Datuk Seri Dr Wan Azizah said systems that were faster and more effective in detecting disasters were vital to ensure information reaches all quarters for better preparedness. She also said she was informed that before Typhoon Lakima struck recently, the Malaysian Meteorological Department had issued a warning, but fishermen were already out at sea. The Deputy Premier said this after visiting the family of Marzia Che Omar, 27, who was killed in an accident during the superstorm on the 9th of August at their home in Taman Bersatu in Jitra, Kedah. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Dr Wan Azizah said the Cabinet at its meeting on 14th of August had approved an allocation of 17.025 million ringgit via the National Disaster Aid Trust Fund to assist victims of the superstorm disaster. She added that each family affected by Typhoon Lakima would also receive compassionate aid between 200 and 500 ringgit, depending on the extent of damage to their homes. Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr Zulkifli Ahmad says the report on the forensic results of 12 batik orang asli bodies in Kuala Koh, Gua Musang, Kelantan was expected to be received in the next 2 weeks. Elaborating further on the matter, Datuk Seri Dr Zulkifli said it is now in the final stage and the results of the report will be presented to him soon. On 17th of June, based on laboratory tests, the Ministry of Health confirmed that the plague that took place in the Batik Orang Asli community in Kuala Koh, including those involving deaths, was due to measles. On another note, the Health Ministry said a total of 17.2% or 3.47 million of Malaysians do not realize that they have hypertension. He also said that the National Health and Morbidity Study (NHMS) in 2015 also found that 9.2% or 1.85 million Malaysians did not know they had diabetes. He added that other than Skim Peduli Kesihatan for the B40 PK B40 group, which was implemented since April, the My Healthy Village program was also one of the ministry's initiative to tackle non-communicable diseases, NCD. Datuk Seri Dr Zulkifli said this after launching a state-level My Healthy Village and National Month programs at Dataran Batu Borok in Kuala Terengganu, Terengganu.
Great energy. Now can you stop and show me the number one? Cut. Now stand still. Cut. He is going to stop, right?
He never stops. He's Mr. Energizer.
I've got an idea.
Energizer Max Plus, our longest-lasting alkaline.
Prime Minister Tun Dr Mahathir Mohamad's small traditional house in Jalan Kilang Ais in the Seberang Perang enclave in Alor Setar, which was the place he grew up in, was reopened to the public, thanks to the work of the National Archives and agreement from the Prime Minister himself. The place was temporarily closed for renovations since 2017. National Archives Director General Dato Azmi Abdul Aziz said now the complex had better facilities for visitors such as extra parking, surau and latest items that highlights Tun Dr Mahathir's history and achievements. Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Mohammadin Katapi also praised all parties involved in the restoration project because it was important that Malaysians learn from Tun Dr Mahathir's humble background. He further noted that the Premier has always been a great inspiration and there is so much the Rakyat can learn from him and his origin. That concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, retired cop grandson killed in accident on East-West Highway. Join me again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Cynthia Arthur. Stay tuned to TV2 and have a pleasant evening.